Is Kanae Tawata worth it? Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? NoGoodEman coming to you today with a Kanae Tawata guide video. So guys, the fire assassin herself has just dropped, and now's the best time to drop a guide to let you guys know whether the character is worth it or not, the best uses for her, artifacts, and everything in between. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. But before we do, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. If you're new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to miss a live run upload, and then support your boy on that memorable website. A new season has started, and you guys are going to get almost 5 new codes. So go ahead, support, click all those links in the description. Now let's talk about the fiery assassin herself, because honestly I played her even in the hard mode Deimos, and I was thoroughly surprised because I have her at advancement 5 with a weapon and advancement 5, but she held her own in the hazy tomb of the dead. So what's the best way you guys want to build her and play with her? We do have to talk about her kit, because honestly as an assassin type she does have some interesting uniques and gimmicks to her kit. So bringing up the skill guide, Tawata Kanae can inflict incredible damage to targets in the break state. In addition, when she gains a specific effect, it transforms her basic skill 2 into enhanced basic skill 2, which deals the same damage as her ultimate skill. So again, her enhanced basic skill 2 will do the same damage as her ultimate, making her basic skill 2 basically the most insane skill in the game, right? Or the most insane skill in her kit, which you definitely want to max out first. So as you can see, recommended skill level up order, you definitely want to get that basic skill 2 as high as possible, as fast as possible. But let's keep reading. This allows her to decimate her target, and then when an enemy dies or one of her attacks successfully puts an enemy in the break state, she gains the instinct effect. This will increase her critical hit rate, and then when the instinct effect stacks a certain amount of times, it activates the sixth sense effect, enhancing that effect even more. So the best recommended skill use order will probably be using your basic skill 1, because that usually will activate your core attack or your basic skill 2. So basic skill 1, basic skill 2, core attack, basic skill 2, ultimate skill, basic skill 2. So with that, you definitely always want to go back to that basic skill 2. So it's not core attack spam, but it's basically basic skill 2 spam. So it's kind of like a Thomas Andre kit, but it's not core attack. So with that, go ahead. As you can see, I've literally leveled up both of my level 1s and not level 1s, but basic skill 1 and basic skill 2. We're talking Kanae Tachi and we're talking Munechika. So with that, her Uzumaki is her core attack, and then the Kitsune is the basic attack, with her ultimate attack being Tsuchigumo. I tried to pronounce all of those perfectly, but I butchered on the last one. Talking about the passive details, the user gains the Crimson effect when using Munechika. She's also going to gain the Scarlet effect when using the enhanced core attack, and then when Crimson, Scarlet, or Fire effects are gained, the user's Kami Itachi skills becomes their ultimate skill. The user's damage dealt also to targets in a break state increases by 24%. So anytime you see a target in the break state, that is the time to bring Kanae onto the field. You want to basically maximize your burst damage in that moment, and that's the highest amount of damage she can deal in that state. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about the Crimson, Scarlet, and Fire effects. When using Kami Itachi or her basic skill 2, the user automatically uses their enhanced core attack with bonus damage equal to 50% of the user's skill damage dealt. This is over infinite duration, so a very good effect. And then the Scarlet effect, when the user uses Kami Itachi, it activates the Fire effect, also infinite duration. And then the Fire effect itself, the damage of Tsuchigumo increases by 70%. And then when the user uses it, it gains super armor while using Kami Itachi. And then when you use Kami Itachi, it's going to remove the Crimson, Scarlet, and Fire effects. So basically, when you guys activate it, you guys will remove it the second you basically use that enhanced basic skill 2. So honestly, it's a lot of wordy, but like I said, the skill use order, basic skill 1, basic skill 2, core attack, basic skill 2, ultimate skill, basic skill 2 makes it all the more simpler. Now let's go ahead and talk about if you guys do get her at some higher advancements, because Kanae is an insane character. So now let's go ahead and talk about those passive details after advancement 0. So when an enemy dies near the user, she's going to gain 1 stack of the instinct effect. When the enemy is put into a break state, she's going to get 5 stacks of the instinct effect. And then what is instinct? Instinct is going to increase the critical hit rate by 1%. When this does stack 10 times though, it becomes a 6th sense. And then 6th sense itself, this is going to increase her critical hit rate by 20%. And then if the user falls to 20% or fewer of their MP consumption decreases by 40%. This is over an infinite duration. So with that, all the skill spam, Kanae is definitely a character that does struggle with mana. So we're going to talk about cores. We're going to talk about ways you guys can maximize your MP consumption and things of that sort. The next one, advancement 2, this is going to increase the user's critical hit damage by 16%. Now let's move on to advancement 3. When the user uses Munichika, they gain the super armor effect for 5 seconds, and then using fire Kamiitachi decreases the cooldown of Munichika by 5 seconds. So honestly, very good spam, because when you guys use that enhanced version of Kamiitachi, it's going to reduce the cooldown for your basic skill 1, and then using your basic skill 1 resets the cooldown of your basic skill 2. So honestly, you guys will literally love it. And then Kamiitachi, we didn't even look at the enhanced effects of it, but Kanae will dual wield 2 swords to quickly cut through her enemies, and then the MP consumption of enhanced form of Kamiitachi will gradually decrease over time. Crimson skill, this skill becomes Crimson Kamiitachi, which is a 3-stage slash with bonus damage equal to 30% of the skill damage dealt. And then Scarlet, this skill becomes Scarlet Kamiitachi, which is a 3-stage slash with bonus damage equal to 70% of the skill's damage dealt. And then Fire Kamiitachi, which is a 5-stage slash with bonus damage equal to 120% of the skill's damage dealt. So she has 3 stages when it comes to her Kamiitachi skill, and you guys definitely want to utilize getting those stacks, getting it to stage 5, and then seeing the amount of burst damage that you can do to your opponent. Now let's go ahead and keep going. We're talking about advancement 4. Kanae Tawata's fire damage increases by 12% for each fire team member in the party, stacking up to 3 times, so it does include herself, meaning if you guys run her with Essel and Gina, she's going to start the battle with a 36% fire damage increase. Now, if you thought that was insane, I wish I was lying, but the advancement 5 is probably one of the craziest numbers I've seen, and I've seen it translate well when I was playing Hazy Tomb of the Dead. So the instinct and the sixth sense effects are enhanced. Oh my gosh, guys, as I read this, you're probably already reading some of it right now. The user's attack increases by 5%. The user's critical hit rate and critical hit damage increase by 1.5%. And then when it does stack 10 times, it transforms into Sixth Sense, and oh my goodness, Sixth Sense, guys, is going to increase the user's attack by 77%. It's going to increase their critical hit damage and critical hit rate by 20%. And then if she falls to 30% of less of her MP consumption decreases by 50% over infinite duration. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what the hell the devs were thinking when making Kanae Tawata. Honestly, a very interesting character, and she's a very fun character to play with. So definitely, guys, Kanae is a great character. I do want to preview a few of her skills though, so you guys can kind of see what you're looking at. Kisune, the basic skills, and then we'll look at the core attack, and then basic skill 1, the Munichika, and then I don't know if we'll see all 3 stages of Kamiitachi, so definitely, okay, that's just a 1 sword slash. Will it show us the second stage? I guess not. We're looking at the Arigato, the skill, that support skill, and then the QTE skill, Noragami. This is when she comes onto the field, and then last but not least, we got the ultimate skill. So with that, guys, definitely I do recommend, like I said a bit earlier, get that base skill 2 maxed out first. You want to max this one out first, and then probably go for that ultimate, and then go for that basic skill 1, and then that chords. Now let's go ahead and talk about the artifacts you want to use on Kanae Tawata. I already released a short talking about this, so I'm not gonna yap too much in this section, but we're looking at 4-piece curse and 4-piece beast. This is very simple on why is this the case, because she has a lot of hits embedded into her kit. So the beast set is going to be perfect, especially because she has crit, hit rate, and damage embedded into her kit, meaning the assassin types, just like Amami and Mirai, would benefit with an expert set at the helm. And then on the left side, honestly, I do recommend 4-piece curse to start. Some of the recommendeds by Netmarble is 1-hit kill along with the toughness set. Now, here's what I'll say. I don't know if the basic skill 2, when it says that, you know, it hits or does the same damage as an ultimate, I don't know if they're counting a basic skill 2 as the ultimate, but if that's the case, then 1-hit kill might be somewhat viable. But then again, you can always use your ultimate pretty much regularly with Kanae. I think every second rotation she has her ultimate pretty much ready, so you can consider it. And then they do recommend the toughness set as well. I probably would use this before 1-hit kill, honestly, at the 4 set effects, because with critical hit rate, critical hit damage, we want Kanae Kanae to get as much stacks on the beast set. We want her crit to be as high as possible. We want her damage to be as high as possible as well. And then as far as cores for Kanae, now Kanae is a character that does not really have defensive penetration embedded into her kit too crazily. So with that, guys, I do recommend that you probably want to be a little bit crafty when it goes to building her. Now, I kind of want to put it on fire only to look at basically all the different types of cores you can get. So we have things like the Eyes of the Watcher, Nameless Demons, Hunger, and then we have the Ancient Wrath. So these are probably the best two that I do think you guys want, and then these are actually the best substats that I think you guys want as well. So you want either Ancient Wrath's Obsession or Hunger of the Crimson Apex, because this one is going to increase her attack by 5%, and then this one will increase by 6% when her MP is 50% or below. And she's honestly a character that struggles with MP, so meeting these requirements is not hard at all. And then damage increase, I do think you either want to increase her damage or increase her critical hit damage, because honestly, when you're over critting with Kanae, and me personally, I am over critting, I'll show you guys my stats in a bit, but I definitely will start building out this one. This is why I have it locked. I'm going to level it up, I'm going to enhance it, and I do think that this will be perfect for Kanae. Probably if I get additional attack as the main stat as well, that will be great. And then as far as the body piece, if we look at a few of these, you can go with this Desires of the Crimson Apex. This is going to increase her defense when her MP is below a certain percent, or you can go with something like, let's say, Nameless Demon's Horn. It's nothing too special. It's going to give her a shield when she does use her ultimate, but if you guys run a support character using the Guardian set, then you can see some great benefits from there. Last but not least, let's go ahead and talk about the spirit passives. There's a bunch of spirit passives here, but I do think that the best one's probably going to be this one, or really both of these will be probably the best ones, either the Ancient Wrath Mana Powers or the Teeth of the Watcher. So the Teeth of the Watcher is going to decrease her MP recovery rate, but also it's going to decrease the MP consumption of her basic skills by 12%. She definitely needs this because she's using so many basic skill attacks, basic skill spams, yada yada yada. And then the substats here, critical hit damage is definitely going to be a very good one for Kanae as well. Or you can go with Ancient Wrath Mana Power. I do like this because when the user lands their basic attack 3 times, it will restore a certain amount of her power gauge, so that'll get her ultimate even faster. So you have options, guys. There's not one perfect set to run. And then if we do give you guys a better or another right side effect, I do think that you guys could run maybe Executioner. I wouldn't vouch for outstanding ability at all because she does struggle with mana, so that definitely is not a good suggestion. You can go maybe 8-piece Curse. It's been a while since we talked about 8-piece Curse, but 8-piece Curse might be viable once more because this is honestly a unique character. But again, this is probably going to be the best thing. This is probably what's going to get you the best amount of damage. And then let's not forget about our weapon. Honestly, a very easy weapon, the path the hero must take. This is going to increase the attack of the user by 12% at advancement 5, and then also increase her critical hit rate by 20% at advancement 5. And then finally, this is how my Kanae Tawata looks. You can see the precision. She's got 31,000 attack. She's got 10k crit, so she's very much over critting in that regard. She's got 200% critical hit damage. I do want to get that up a little bit. 20% defensive penetration and 35% damage increase. So honestly, I've got a monster on my hands, and definitely the best way you guys want to go about rocking with her as far as the team composition, we're definitely going to bring out Gina and Yu So-hyun. So if I go down to my fire meta really quickly, then you can see the new updated fire meta, probably what a lot of people are going to run if they are summoning for Kanae. You want to go ahead and go about Esul, Gina, and Kanae. The shadows, honestly, this one will be interesting because Beru does specifically increase attack and critical hit damage, so I do recommend Beru, but there's a lot, and I mean a lot of shadows you probably could run here. So we got Big Rock. Big Rock is very viable here. Egress is always viable for anything. You could even suggest Blades. You could suggest Kaisel. You could run like 6 shadows here. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Use whatever you like. I've been running Beru and I was able to clear hard mode with Beru, so definitely that's just my suggestion. The sub shadows should not change though. That's always going to be Iron and Serbi, so don't you forget it. And then the artifacts for the teams is going to be 8-piece on Esul, 8-piece on Gina, and then 4-piece Curse, 4-piece Beast as we suggested for Kanae. But that is the best way to use this newest hunter. Is she worth it? She definitely will have her greatest use in Guild Boss, in things like POD, and in and things like WOBL. So with that, stay tuned to the channel for videos talking about guides when it comes to Deimos, Guild Boss, and more, and then you'll see the extended use of Kanae Tawata. So with that, what do you guys think of Kanae Tawata? Are you guys going to draw for this character or not? Go ahead and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.